Yeah, but no, they actually have their drinks on the table in their lair.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, they just like run to the gas station, pick some up. Hey, you guys were tired. Can you get some NOS energy drinks from the 7-Eleven down the street?
Vending machine in the office.
Oh, you think they were stocking NOS in the vending machine?
Why not?
Of the garage?
No Red Bull, no Monster. NOS
No,
only.
NOS, of course.
NOS only.
You can't finesse. Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking Tesla. I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, tryna act like a flexer. Hold on, wait, this Glock take him out like a date. She give me the pussy, I just want the face. Fuck her real good, put the bitch in her place. I'm high in the bitch, but my mind up in space.
Well, welcome back, Pretty and Pride listeners. I'm your host, Kiki.
And I'm your host, Ken. And we jumped right into it. We watched Fast
and Furious
6. Is that the name of the movie?
I think so.
I think it's just Furious 6.
No way. That's Fate of the Furious. Hold on. We're going to find it. Don't you worry. It is called Fast and Furious 6. Mm-hmm. So just to recap, we had The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
It was The Fast and the Furious?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive.
Let's fact check, live fact checking, because I was just saying a bunch of nonsense on the last one.
Us, the ones who can barely get the characters versus the actors' names right? No way.
It was The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. I should never doubt you. You have the best memory of anyone I've ever met. Movie 4 was Fast and Furious. We then went into Fast 5. That's the 5th installment. And we just finished Fast and Furious 6. So why don't you give us and our audience a rundown of what the point of this movie is? Yeah, what's the overview?
So if you remember at Fast 5, very end, Eva Mendes' character comes in and we see that Letty's alive. She's working with The Rock somehow. She's switched government agencies. This movie is about Dom finding out Letty's alive. And the whole crew needs to reassemble to go find her. Thankfully, Hobbs tells them. He says, hey, I got something for you. And says, Dom, you got to help me with this case. And that's how Dom finds out Letty's alive. And then this crew assembles and they say, we got to go to Europe and track down the rest of our family. And that's what this is.
No family member left behind.
Exactly. Now, there have been a lot of familial changes in this outside of Letty's death and subsequent resurrection. Mm-hmm. And that's, we have Jack, horrible name for a baby, but Mia and Brian have had a child.
Yep.
And
Dom is dating the Brazilian police officer.
Ex-police officer.
Who I think they're somewhere in Europe. Greece,
something.
Italy, Spain, somewhere. Yeah. One of those coastal places. Mm-hmm. So Elsa Pataki's there.
Yeah.
And Han and Giselle, they're starting to develop a little familial unit.
Yes.
We
don't see our DR men, our DR boys.
No,
in this one.
We didn't see them actually. Good call out. We did see them in the intro.
Yes. Okay, let's start from the beginning. So this is great. So first thing you get into the movie, immediate sound effects, great. I don't know, it's really setting the tone. You see Dom and Brian, they're racing, they're going through the streets. Notice immediately, Brian's still wearing those fuck-ass Vans, okay? Or like, damn, like, it's not.
You can take the boy out of California, but you cannot take California out the boy.
So it goes, zoom, 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 zoom. And they're racing because Brian's about to become a father. Dom says...
She's at a nunnery.
We have no idea where these people are.
We have no idea where these people are, but there's nuns delivering the child.
Yes. And Dom says, everything's going to change once you walk into that room. Spoiler alert.
Nothing changed.
So then we cut to a super dope intro, okay? They do. I left my notes at home.
2 Chainz and Wiz Khalifa have an intro song.
Track. And they do you called it an aura farming montage.
It was.
So it's like all of the movies montaging of, like, you know, this nice little throwback machine.
Cool
kind of catching
moments.
up on the plot, but like not really, you know? Mm-hmm. And, you know, so then you're brought into this movie, okay? So you see all the past from all the movies we just mentioned, and we don't want to get into the titles again. And boom, here we are in number 6. And then Dom's with Elsa Pataki, right?
Yeah, they're, he's waking up, they just must have been making love all night or something.
Yeah,
because
it looks really cozy, if I'm going to be honest.
She's
Looks
naked
nice.
and showing as much of her boob as she can, sans the nip. But Dom's wide awake, he's just staring out into the horizon. It's like he can feel the omen of something's coming. His soul is unsettled is kind of what I'm getting from this.
Now, we know The Rock is in this movie before because he actually does have an entrance scene and he does look pretty cool when he enters again. But now he's going to Dom because something's happening that this super top government agent needs street criminals' help solving a case. That happens all the time, and especially to this crew.
Not just street criminals, DVD thieves.
Turned international crime syndicate, top dogs. And The Rock shows up and he says, "Hey, guess what, buddy? Got something special for you." Well, Pataki there.
Crazy reveal.
I wrote down it's giving Avengers Endgame snap level a little bit. Oh, just kidding. I know you were moving on, but the love of your life's actually alive. So he gives a file. He says, "Got a case for you. Tell me what." The Dom says, "No, I don't want to help you." He's like, "Yeah, you help me. I'll be outside."
Big to help me. Big
I'll
to
be
help
outside.
me.
Here you go. Bye, Elsa. And then, so we find out Letty's alive. And then Dom says, "All right, I gotta obviously go find my girl."
Now, first of all, Brian's like, "I see this all the time. They're just faking you out, Dom. They're just making this up."
Which is actually crazy for so many reasons because I feel like Brian
You're
wants
the
to get back
worst
into the life.
officer.
He is the horrible cop. He never gets it right. Never, ever. And then also, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good advice, though." I'm surprised he's not jonesing to get back out there like the junkie he is.
Yeah.
But, Mia, she's like, "If it's a chance, we've got to find out if Letty's alive." So Brian's like, "Then I'm going with you." And then, so they go and they assemble the crew and they go to Europe. I think that's basically the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
Right?
they go to London.
Well, something was happening in Moscow originally. But yes.
That's where The Rock first,
in.
as
Hogs it
per
up.
usual, is hopping
Yeah.
out of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Baby oiled up.
Big old truck. So they go to London, and the first thing they do is they start researching this what do they call them? What do they call them? They're doppelgangers.
Yeah.
They're evil doppelgangers. Basically a different type of street racing gang that's gotten together. And not only is this crew really good at cars, they kind of know everything about the car market worldwide. That was shocking. They, at one point The Rock bends down, he's like, "Wait, what's this?" I was like, "Ooh, not another methane tank situation, solving a crime of just the sprinklings on the ground." So they just there's only one place in London they could have gotten this stuff. We got to find this Shaw guy, blah, blah, blah.
Guns are illegal, so we got to go to this one specific pawn shop in the entire city of London that must have sold Letty this Russian gun.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
I feel like we're missing. I forget how they get into their first interaction with Shaw and actually confirm that Letty's alive. But that's where we get the first cool, unbelievable stunt, right?
Okay, yes. So, Dom is approached first and is like, "Okay, well, I need to pull together a crew." Okay. So we skipped past the part that everyone's living their life. Roman Pierce, he's up in a jet with a bunch of ladies on his way to Macau. Luda, what's his name? Tej?
Yes.
Tej, he's, I think, in some Spanish-speaking country, but I'm not sure which one, and he's cracking ATMs and giving all the locals money. So everyone gets there. Where are you at? Phone call, bat signal that Dom needs the crew to assemble in London. Everyone did P90X for this film because even Ludacris was half naked and was looking muscled up. Okay,
I love that. They got the big bucks now. They can afford the personal trainers and shit.
Apparently, no one in the government or in any of these. Now they're working with Interpol. Okay, they're in London connecting with Interpol. No one in the government is apparently equipped to handle the Shaw business. So
only Dominic Toretto. Okay,
Toretto.
Brian American Walker. Muscle car. Brian Walker. Yes. Brian Paul Walker. The sister that worked at the counter. So just these crew, only
this
them.
hobnob band of thieves.
Yes.
So they're chasing down parts all over London. They're chasing car parts. They're chasing gun parts. Apparently, if I recall, once they all assemble in London, they get this amazing tech setup. The Rock goes in there. This picture was taken a week ago. This is probably Letty. They're like, "All right, we caught someone." Remember The Rock? They had caught someone that was part of Shaw's crew. The Rock goes in there and roughs him up. No.
Oh, yeah.
This American goes to Interpol and is just, molly-whopping him left and right. And, they put a wire on this man, and he returns to the base where Shaw is at, and all the police are, like, surrounding Shaw. And Shaw is just, he's just fixing up his little Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy truck that's, like, really low to the ground. And he's like, oh, here's your money for the job. And kaboom. Now, this was a very cool intro to Shaw because Shaw apparently saw all this coming, Entity style.
Yeah.
This comes up a lot in this movie. Because he doesn't you only get close to Shaw if he wants you to get close to Shaw.
Batch.
Okay. So when this guy goes in with a wire, Shaw's like, here's the money for that last job. There's a little advance in there for you for the next job. He gets in his little car, and the guy looks in the bag, and of course there's a bomb. Shaw leaves, and as he's leaving with all the police surrounding this entire building, he had bombs attached to every single pillar around the facility. He blew them all up and left in a blaze of glory. It was pretty freaking awesome.
I'm learning in real time how bad multitasking is for you because I didn't remember any of this because remember I was trying to work. But I'm remembering hearing the dialogue, but I'm not remembering seeing this. Yes, okay.
So it was like, they're all in different spots, right? So, Roman, Tej, and Han are in. Everyone got a BMW for this mission too. Okay, so everyone got a little BMW
the government
M3.
is very no expense for these criminals to
None,
help them.
Okay, everyone gets a little BMW for the mish. Shaw is, just running around. They're like, we gotta go catch him. So Dom's after him. Brian is after him.
They're racing in the streets of London.
Racing in the streets of London, bruv. And a lot of crazy things happen in this first chase sequence. First and foremost, The Rock is paired up with none other than Gina Carano.
Boo.
Boo, tomato to her. But, I guess The Rock just likes to have feminine energy to his overly masculine energy. And I appreciate that. Like, he
I do too.
respects women. And he wants them, to ground him in his work of literally telling her to take the wheel so that he can jump off of a bridge onto this car.
No, you gotta see it. He's like, going so fast. Shaw's down here, way down here. Rock's up here in his pre-cyber truck, first edition. And he's driving. He says, I'm gonna, you gotta take the wheel, Gina, or whatever that character's name is. Hops on top of this truck somehow. And then just spider jumps right on top of Shaw's car. Like, I mean, he is better than Steve Rogers at this point. It was amazing.
He didn't last long. He had to eventually, let himself go off
Tumble
of that.
off of it.
Shaw is in this vehicle that has the ability to swerve and zoom and flip other cars while staying very centered on the ground.
Yeah, so if you guys are familiar with like Wreck-It Ralph for some reason, it kind of reminds you of like Turbo's car, or King Candy when you find out he's Turbo. But imagine it's like has a flat thing on the front that's gonna like let you get under other people's car and flip them up. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. But yes.
So he got a cool little whip. Okay, they ain't never seen nothing like
the
this.
whole crew has these whips.
And so that's happening over there. Shaw's over there. Meanwhile, Brian and them are chasing this other counterpart to Shaw, this woman and her crew who have taken something else from Interpol, right? This was all a distraction, actually.
Yeah.
We find out. Shaw distracted them because they're actually over at Interpol, where no one else apparently works, stealing something from Interpol.
Yeah.
Okay. No wonder they lost all the wars, because
seriously.
These people don't understand
Your
how anything
international
works.
court.
Crazy. So they're facing off against another low rider that's flipping things, and they're losing. They're all losing.
Yep.
Now Dom and his bald bro Rock are chasing after Shaw, right? And so Rock, he jumps, got to let it go. Then Dom, eventually in his chase, comes into contact with none other than Miss Leticia Perez. I don't know if that's her real name in this movie.
Racist.
But
No, I feel like... but I think he just recognizes her straight from Driving Style originally. Like, he can't quite see her
he's
through the
like,
window. He's like,
American Muscle.
I saw the way she turned that wheel. So, yes.
So he bails on the mission, and he's like, I gotta go chase after Letty. They park their cars. Okay, Letty gets out. He's like, Letty, girl, I missed you. And she goes, boom, shoots him in the shoulder.
Yes.
Clearly, she couldn't see all the muscle that he's working with
I know,
because
he was looking good.
It was like a chicken scratch.
So they go back to home base and they say, hey, maybe we don't get Letty anymore. Seems like she don't want to be got. She don't want to get got.
We forgot they were throwing EMPs onto the cars. So first, Tej, okay, he gets an EMP, all right? They fucking kill the electronics on his car. His car goes slamming to the left. They put it on Roman's car. His car's flipping into buildings over onto the right. Mind you, they show up at home base. Ain't nobody got a scratch.
No.
The only person that got a scratch is
not.
Dom, who's been shot.
They got that super serum or whatever that the Avengers we working with. So
Everyone's freaking indestructible in this film, okay? People are jumping out of car, and that's not the first time we'll watch someone jump out of a high-speed moving car.
no spoilers.
That's just a preview of things to come in this film.
A preview things to come. And okay, so then they get back to home base and they say, maybe we should get Letty. And then Dom says, I'm going to kill every single fucking one of you right now if anyone says that again. And they say, okay, what can we do? We're going to use our super spy skills and we know exactly based on what they were driving, how they were driving, and what we saw. Only like 3 shots alone could mod that out. So let's go investigate. And investigate they do. And long story short, they go somewhere, they get this guy, he snitches on them secretly to tell Shaw, hey, people are asking questions. And then Shaw and his crew show up, including Letty, well, not only 3 of them, and they blow that guy's brains out. And now there's a fight between 3 of Shaw's crew and 4 of our crew, I guess.
3.
Well, no, because you had the 2 girls and the 2 guys. Han, Roman,
Oh yeah, Gina
Gal
was there.
and Gina
Forgot about Gina.
was there. So Gina and Letty take on each other. Gal, I actually don't know what she's doing. Oh, she kills the black guy. And then the Asian guy from Shaw's crew, first of all, takes out tons of cops. So many cops. And then,
He was so unfazed, just kicking ass.
yeah. So then Han and Roman show up and they're like, all right, let's try and take him on. It doesn't go good. I watched that. Ooh, we found the skill gap in Dom's crew. Like, no one knows how to fight. But they keep going. They keep getting up and going. At the end, he does escape, and then you see in the background one of the cops slink off. So once they got their ass beat, they sat back and just watched Han and Roman get their asses beat. And then Han and Roman looked at each other and said, we're not telling anybody about
Can't
this.
tell nobody about
No,
this.
it was bad.
You know what? Shaw's crew, they obviously have the hand-to-hand combat
In
skills.
between all of their crime and they're doing some parkour and they're doing some training. They're making sure, okay? So then Letty gets the upper hand on Gina's character, escapes. Somehow they rendezvous again, get back to the Range Rover at the shop they had at the shop that they just blew that guy's brains out with. And they show up to Shaw and they say, hey, crew member died. And Shaw says,
He must have made a mistake.
yeah. And then Letty, feeling that sense of family, that she was missing, goes, wow, what a great eulogy. And
Mind you, this man has already killed several people.
I don't know what she's thinking.
I don't know what she thought was going on.
He don't look like he's ever shed a tear in his life. So I don't know why she thought he would go cry over this guy. So then we find out that Letty became a part of Shaw's crew because you're wondering, wait, is it at this point where we hear the word Braga?
Because the guy who is part of the car mod guy. So
that they blow his brains out.
Han and Gal and the crew, they went to go study up on the car mod guy, while Brian and Dom are going to investigate the gun.
Yes,
at
the
a pawn
bullet they
shop.
found.
So
So it's
they-
actually illegal to own a gun in London, apparently.
Yeah.
So you gotta get super special
Specifically
stuff.
because this bullet is only comes from a Russian gun. Everyone apparently knows
I
everything.
mean, they are the super spies. Like they are just so knowledgeable
about everything.
Yeah.
So they divide and conquer. So while Gal is with the guy who did the car modifications that created these vehicles for Shaw, the guy who is dying tells him Braga.
Yeah, it says, here's how you find Shaw. Well, he doesn't say that. He says, phone. That's how you find Shaw.
Well, he has to turn it off because he had it on the entire time.
Yeah,
So
and then he goes, and then Gal, who is a Braga's ex-employee, says, "Oh, so now we know there's a connection." Then Shaw goes up to Letty after she's so sad that he didn't care that his random crew member died, and we find out that he found Letty an amnesiac in the hospital and said, "This girl's got talent." I'm sitting there thinking, how would he know that?
Wild.
That story don't even make no sense. Letty's kind of stupid. As the audience member that's putting together pieces, also stupidly and slowly, I was, he knew she was skilled because Braga and Shaw are somehow connected. But why would Letty think that a man would find her in the hospital and says, I got to take you on, I feel like you could really help my crew? You're some random girl in the hospital. That's stupid,
And she forgot everything except for all of the parts of an engine, how to drive a car, pretty much how to speak. She knows how to speak. She only forgot Dom.
And no, her whole
and the
entire
crew
life.
and like the rest of her life.
But she does have an internal sense of missing family. She doesn't know why, but you can tell she's sensing something.
Yeah, she knows that this guy, he doesn't care enough about people.
Yeah.
When he's committing his crimes. The way Dom, he cares about
really
people when he
cares.
commits his crimes.
So then Letty says, I'm going to get some air. And by air, she's going to go to a street race. And how do we know it's a street race? Skanks, okay? The scene opens up and everyone's dressed naked pretty much. Non-derogatory skank.
Yes.
And of
There's
course,
a DJ.
There's
a
dancing.
dance club.
Everyone's a size 0. Everyone's showing midriff and ass.
In the
and
middle of
boobs.
London, no police.
Yes.
Bunch of cars in historic buildings.
And Rita Ora's there.
yes.
And so Dom's gonna race Letty, and of course Dom wins. Let's just skip all the flirting and the stuff.
Yeah,
and the cop chasing.
it was awkward.
So then they pull over, and Dom's like, "I know you got that score. I gave it to you because I was stupid. We were 16." And tells her little histories about it. Oh, you scratched yourself on a coral reef, and I also have a coral reef scar because I followed you. And then gives Letty that horrible, ugly necklace that he's been carrying around for too many movies. He hands that to her. And Letty says, "I gotta go." And then Shaw shows up. And everyone's headlights are on. And then him and Dawn have a, what do they call it? A tete-a-tete?
Yes. They have their little tete-a-tete. And Shaw's like, well, there's a laser on you. And Dom's like, I got lasers too, bro.
Yeah, but first they talk code. Shaw's like, my code's precision, and your code's family, so like you're way weaker. And John's like, yeah, but at least I'll like die for something. You'll have nothing. And then
Didn't your we also get introduced to the fact that Shaw has a brother.
Very
so Shaw
casually.
introduces, this like, my brother always told me blah 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 blah.
A man has to have a code.
And Dom's like, your brother didn't ever tell you not to mess with a man's family.
yeah.
So we're getting little what do they call them? Easter eggs. We're getting little Easter eggs.
And then he says, and you're working with Hobbs, and then he's like, we're about to die right now. And then Doug goes, oh yeah? He just knew Hobbs was following him because he found the tracker in the car. And there he is, the rock pops up, guns blazing. Well, not blazing, guns ready to blaze. Mm-hmm. And then they say, all right. No one's dying
No one
tonight.
needs to die right now.
Everyone back up slowly. And then they leave. And then the Rock's like, see, I saved you. Don't you love me? And he's like, what would you have done if I wasn't secretly tracking you? And Don says, what secret? I found it. And then they smile. And then they kiss.
Oh my god! I'm just looking at my notes.
Yeah, there's lots kind of happening in this.
So much is going
but also
on.
Nothing at
This
all.
was this the first one or was Fast 5 the first one? It's like 2 hours long.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, no, Fast 5. Yeah, but this one was really... Oh, okay, so then what happens is Brian decides, okay, now we know that there's the Braga connection. So where's Braga? Jail. So Brian's like, I gotta go into the U.S. I'm gonna go into jail.
This made no sense to me.
It makes no
I
sense.
don't know why he had to do this. Like, I don't feel like he got any additional
I'm
information.
like, why can't you just have the cops go ask Braga, hey, what's going on with Shaw, He didn't get any information, and I wasn't sure I think his idea was that he was gonna go and say, I'm gonna ask Braga, because he won't talk to anyone except for the guy that put him in prison, clearly. That makes so much sense. So I'm gonna ask him, what's going on with you and Shaw? So Brian says, perfect plan. I'm gonna go into the U.S. I'm gonna get put into this prison as a wanted criminal, okay? And then I'm gonna talk to him. So he asks his old Fast and Furious coworker who hated him, says, hey, put me in this prison under an alias, and anyways, beats that guy up again so he can get into solitary. Braga does find him, and he says, you thought we wouldn't notice you? You put a lot of people away in here, and I thought, who?
Brian doesn't even
I
work.
don't think he's arrested one fucking criminal.
never worked.
A lot of people and the maximum security penitentiary. I don't think so. You couldn't even catch the one car guy for 2 years that Dom found in 20 minutes. I'm just not buying this.
The other crazy thing is, like, the prison system does not work that way. They do not put an LA, California criminal in an LA, California jail. Like, that guy is going to go to Indiana. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be hanging out with all of his buddies in California.
So he needs to get out within 24 hours or they'll run his real prison, and he's definitely not getting out of jail. So when Braga shows up, he's like, yeah, we're about to smoke you, fool.
About to kill you.
And Brian says, cool, but before I die, why don't you just tell me some secrets? And
He's like, all right,
like,
yeah.
okay, sure, yeah, you're about to die. And the secret is nothing. It's that Shaw's more powerful than they think, and they'll never catch him. And if they think they're catching him, it's just because Shaw wants them to think that. And then
Shaw knew Letty was dirty, or like Letty was an inside man for Brian all the time.
And then for some reason, Braga's number one guy took some small level of what do you call it?
Pity?
Pity, yeah, damn.
When he was supposed to kill Letty, instead of doing that, I think
Directly, he said, let me just blow her up.
Let me blow her up and that'll do it.
I don't want to actually see her brains blown out. I just want to assume that I did it right. And so then they knew, yes. So
honestly, it's like sending a man to do a woman's job. You know what I mean? It's like they got to find a way to fuck it up and do it in the worst possible way.
He's like, just a little bit of regret. So then Brian's like, gets really weepy-eyed that this happened to Letty, and I'm like, I'm so confused. Why are you crying? I don't
understand.
And also found out really nothing that we didn't know. And like, and then so he shows back up. He's like, Dom, I know what happened to Letty. And Dom's like, no one cared. I don't know. Like, that was for you. Like, clearly you really couldn't let this shit go. It was not helpful. We all knew it.
Yeah.
So we just let you go and almost risked a life prison sentence so that you could feel better about yourself, I guess. Dom's like, let's focus on actually helping Letty now. Now that you've figured that out. And so what do they do? Is this the tank scene? Yes. This is the scene. Right? So, okay. So then So then The Rock. You see some what does he look like? Maybe more Russian, Ukrainian looking guy going to a military base. And it's definitely one of Shaw's men. And
I don't know where this military base is, though.
No. Oh, because somewhere in London. Right?
It can't be. They can't possibly. Do you know where it is?
Oh, yeah. They go to Spain.
They went to Spain, but everyone's British.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know how Interpol works.
No one speaks with an accent. Everyone's straight British English.
I don't know how that works. But
so they catch him and they say, oh, I see Shaw's going to sneak in here and steal something. So we going to set up a little trap. We're going to take what he wants out. But we're going to act like we did it. And then when he comes in, his little fox in our hen house or whatever, we're going to trap that fox. And we're going to skin him. And so they send this little thing out. And actually, Shaw played them. All along, he wanted them to move it.
Yeah.
And while The Rock, super, investigator didn't know. Because Brian and Dom knew immediately that was a setup.
Naturally, because why would the man who waited until everyone from Interpol had left the Interpol offices to go catch him somewhere else, why would they think that, you know what, he definitely would want to come into this fully operational, well-equipped military base. So instead, let's just send it out there into the world with a couple of guys. He'll never be none the wiser.
Because I guess Braga did say that Shaw has everyone paid off. Someone told us that. So when they find out that they moved anything, Brian says, Braga said, though.
That don't sound right.
Shaw would never be caught unless he wanted to be caught. So it's a trap. And it was. And so they're moving this thing out, and long story short, they steal a tank. Not our crew steals a tank. Shaw, Letty, and one of his ragtag crew, they steal a tank with a teeny tiny chip in it. And Shaw's a good villain.
And by tank, we are talking the ones that have the full-on military cannons.
Yes.
Right? And they're actually on the freeway, just driving this little tanker, pointing that little shooter at people like Mario Kart. What is the game in Mario Party? There's a game, right, where, like, you're trying to shoot people?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not people.
Yes, you're trying to shoot.
Oh, yeah, other players.
But it's like shells. You're trying to shoot the shells at people.
Yeah. So, but...
Anyways, they're on the freeway shooting everybody.
And just running people over. Like, they have no value of life.
And Letty was, like, shocked. She shook it. Like, girl, what did you think was happening? Do we have to kill
every single person on this freeway? So then the crew's coming up in their cars. But every time they catch up to Shaw on one way, because there's a bunch of turnabouts on this freeway, then Shaw just uses the tank and goes over it and then goes to the other side. So then they got to drive all the way up and turn back around again. And so they're trying to get to the tank, save the people. And Roman ends up basically being able to anchor his car to get his car tied onto the gun thingy, and then does a super cool backflip into Brian's car and gets saved before he dies.
Everybody jumping out of cars onto other cars.
Really, really cool stuff. And so then Brian's trying to use his car to knock the car tied to the tanker over so that it anchors the down, and then it can stop running over all the innocent lives on the freeway. And they do that successfully eventually. And then Shaw says, Letty, get out there and untie that thing.
Yeah.
And Letty says, sure, no problem. That's normal, totally. And,
okay. One sec, be right back.
BRB. And as it anchors, Dom sees what's about to happen and goes, oh no. oh no. And so it anchors. Letty goes flying up. Dom comes crashing onto the barrier, ejects himself out of the car, jumps out, grabs Letty, twists down, lands on a car, and saves them both. No bones broken, no scratches.
That's a miracle.
Super cool.
It was a miracle.
Once again, Steve Rogers
Screamed out
quaking
loud.
in his boots about what Dominic Toretto can do, okay? So now Shaw's captured, and Letty's back home and confused. She says, Dom, strange guy, how'd you know that there'd be a car there to break our fall and protect us from certain death? And Dom says, I didn't know. Sometimes you just gotta take a chance.
Gotta have a little bit of faith.
Yes.
And she went sploosh.
Yeah, we all did. And, the rocks, kind of thrown in Shaw's face that they won. What do you call it?
Uno
Gotcha.
reverse.
It's a little gotcha. Uno reverse, yeah. Uno reverse. They've taken Mia hostage. So they're like, Shaw's like, you gotta let me walk out of here because I have Mia hostage. Give me that chip. And the fucking normal police people say,
That's one hostage.
no, one hostage
For millions
doesn't
of
mean they're,
lives?
like, giving you this $1 billion chip for one fucking random lady who's like actually nothing important to anyone outside of the 5 people in this room. And Hobbs says, it does change everything. I said, okay.
Ball bro.
Normal plot, normal thing to happen. Yep, let him walk out of here with a shit that we just destroyed all of Spain trying to protect because now Mia's held hostage. Jack's safe, by the way. The baby's not even up. But Mia's life means that much, I guess. So then we find a big twist. What is it?
Surprise, surprise. Gina Carano, Inside Woman.
She's Shaw's
She's Shaw's
girlfriend.
baddie.
Yeah. So they go and they're on a plane, and now they have no use for Mia. So they say, okay, just kill her anyways. And the rest of the crew says, all right, time to really lock in. We've been pussyfooting about too much recently. And they go, everyone's trying, the plane's on the way, everyone's, all these cars are trying to get the plane. They're trying to shoot these fucking arrows and shit to just on this one
You guys
flat
need to
the plane gets
understand
to.
that for 30 minutes, this plane was on this
The
runway trying to get the people on the plane and then take off the plane. This runway must have been at least 40 miles because it was an unbelievably long sequence.
Scene. And so all the cars are trying to get there. Oh, everyone, it's crew versus crew at this point. Doppelganger versus original, okay? Tethered versus untethered, fighting each other.
DC versus Marvel.
Yes. And I don't know who we're rooting for at this point. On the plane, they really want to kill Mia. It's actually it's very weird. They're like, oh, no use for her, kill her. And then it turns into they're here to save her. Get off the plane and make sure she's fucking dead. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that her death was that important to Shaw. Apparently no loose ends. And so, long story short, lots of fighting happening between every crew and every crew. It's Dom versus Shaw. It's Gina versus Letty. It's big white rock versus regular rock. Mm-hmm. And, everyone's, and then it's Brian trying to find Mia. Brian's getting his ass whooped. Actually, it's really embarrassing to happen in front of your wife. He's not helping out. But eventually him and Mia do escape into a little tiny Subaru. They fly, they drive off the plane.
Because Dom punches some other guy into another guy. Basically, Dom
this is
is
awesome.
Literally Captain America.
Yeah, it's a funny sequence. So he goes, he rams into him, then rams into someone else, and headbutts him. And then at some point, I don't know what you call it. He basically tackles the guy in his legs, and The Rock at the same time jumps up and punches the guy in the head. It's just crazy fight sequences.
It's like a 30-minute fight scene. Okay,
it's
everyone's just throwing punches, throwing kicks.
Yeah, because then on the other end, when on the runway, you have Gal Gadot and Han fighting someone else, and then you have Tej and Roman fighting someone else. Everyone's trying to get the plane either going or keep the plane down.
They're all trying to shoot their Nos-enforced harpoons.
Yes.
Into
harpoons. That's what it is. into the plane flap.
The plane flap. Now, I don't know if this is the wing or if it's just a specific
flap.
This is
very specific flap.
But
they keep missing. And then all the cars are now anchoring the plane to the ground. So everyone's flopping up and down. And then Okay, so Gal Gadot's, I don't even know what's happening. And then she almost dies, and Han saves her. But then she sees that she's got to let herself go to save her baby. She pushes herself off, pulls out her gun, pops, misses the guy, dies on the runway. Then Han beats the shit out of that guy and throws him into the turbine because he's so pissed that he lost his woman. And then I don't even know what Tej and Roman are doing at this point. It's crazy. Mia and Brian hit the wing, though.
Yeah.
So now this teeny tiny Subaru is finally anchoring this plane to the ground. We've already described what's happening on the plane. Letty opens the door in the fight with Gina Carano. Gina Carano's about to kill her. The Rock throws Letty a gun or a harpoon and says, Letty goes, wrong team, bitch. And Gina gives Rock this look and he goes, she's right. That's your problem.
That's what
Gets
you get.
harpooned out of the plane. She's dead. Shaw dies somehow. I miss it. But I know he dies because it's the whole plot of the next movie.
Well, didn't they make the plane explode?
Oh, the whole plane blows up on fire. Yeah, that's it. I thought
Everybody
maybe
on
he
the
died
plane
before
dies.
this. So everyone escapes. Of course, no, they didn't just escape. They jump from the plane door onto the cars of their crew. So
yeah, everyone had to jump
safe,
onto a car.
Very normal escape route plan. And then Dom's the only one left on the plane. The whole plane blows up in flames. And then
Letty is...
everyone's like, oh, stop. No. And then he ghost riders out of the plane in a car. Full flames, burst through the fucking plane doors, it's on fire. Sweet. Tokyo drifts it to a stop. Him and Letty reunite right in front of the flames. I don't know how they stood that heat. I couldn't even stand the other. This is a total aside. I was standing outside talking to Mom, and her car was on, and I couldn't even stand being near her. Exhausted. It was so hot. So I don't know how they were all having that moment in front of that fucking fiery plane. And then everyone's like, yay, our family's back together. Han's over there like,
I just lost the love of my life.
It doesn't know what to say. Thank God Mia noticed because she's like, and I don't even know her name. Where's Gal Gadot's character? Where's Gal?
Yeah, what was her name?
We lost her.
Yeah. Intermission. So, prior to them capturing Shaw in Spain from the tank situation, they weren't going to get paid for this mission, but they were aiming to get full pardons for everyone, right? Because these are all people on the run. As soon as they find out that Mia has been taken hostage, and The Rock, already knowing what Dom and them are about to do, is like, all right, I'm going to let you guys do this, but just so you know, you leave here, and go do this, like, there are no pardons. That's off the table, right? You go get...
Says the guy that just pulled the gun on the Interpol officer for Mia's life.
I'm just letting y'all know, if you do this, that's off the table. Dom, what's freedom if I can't have family type shit. So anyways, when Dom ghost riders out of the plane, all is not lost because he did manage to salvage the chip that they were all after. So pardon's back on. Dom's like, give me my pardons.
Name your price.
We want to go to 1327.
Yeah, the name price says 1327. The home back in LA.
Yeah. Apparently still there. Someone was landscaping it.
Yeah,
someone was maintaining it. It looks exactly the same.
It looks the same.
So they clearly haven't been gone that long.
No. And they're having a little Sunday family barbecue. Now, for me, I would have wanted a pardon plus one in the bank. Full pardons for these crimes. And one available for a future crime. We definitely know I'm going to be committing at some point, right? And then, Letty's there with Dom. She still doesn't have her memory, but it feels like family and home. Mm-hmm. And Elizabeth Pataki shows up. She's a cop again because no one in this franchise, if you become a cop and then to a fugitive, you always get a chance to become a cop again. That's just fair. And so she's now an American cop working with The Rock. And
why not?
Dom says, you don't have to go. She says, I don't want to stay.
I definitely want to be here.
This is my world. This is your world. Let's keep it at that. Everyone's safe, sound, and happy.
Except for Han.
He's there. He's trying. He didn't run away. He's really trying to find his happiness again. Yeah. And then, then it ends Letty wearing the worst outfit I've ever seen on a movie. I told you that this whole movie, Letty's outfits were horrible. I was like, this is like some fucking humiliation ritual towards Michelle Rodriguez because they're mad. Like, she never looked dressed for the mission. She ends with the worst pair of jeans I've ever seen in my life. Everyone looks great in this movie. Like, just general streetwear great, except for Letty. But everyone's back together. They must have
been mad at her because maybe she went and did Lost. Yeah. And then that
They said, we're not investing in your clothing. I'm sorry, you're fine. Go to the Target, pick up a leather jacket and some, junior's pants, and just call it a day. Wear those in the movie.
Yeah. And the other thing to note is that Han what is her freaking name? That's going to bother me. Let's just find out. Gal Gadot.
No. It's not
Tokyo
Movie.
Drift.
She's not in that movie.
Like literally Fast and Furious. Why did you say Tokyo
I
Drift?
don't know. Gal Gadot, Fast and Furious. Okay. Her name's Giselle.
Giselle, that's right.
didn't
Also,
know that?
Michelle Rodriguez, Letty's last name is Ortiz. Not Perez.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. Giselle and Han had been making plans that they were going to go to Tokyo. Like, they were getting ready to go
Yeah.
to Tokyo. So yet again, we are in another film where there is the illusion that Han's time is coming.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also, she has to die because she wasn't around in Tokyo. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, and also, I guess, like, they have to set up this idea of, like, no wonder he's hanging out with high schoolers.
Yeah,
He can't
so true, so
trust,
true.
He can't trust, adults, apparently.
Now, I feel like there is, that's the end of the movie, by the way. I feel like there's probably a post-credit scene that maybe we didn't get where that's, I don't know if this happens in the next one.
Oh my God! We did miss a post-credit scene
because
for
Jason
sure.
Statham is definitely coming back for revenge
His
on
brother.
that ass.
His
He's
brother.
coming back for his brother.
Yeah. And, we wanted to bring these out again because there was a scene in the movie where they're at their Avengers base and there's like 3 cans of this on their workspace desks.
Right.
Because apparently not only do they put this in the harpoons, not only do they put this in their cars,
They put it in their bodies.
they put them in their souls.
Yes.
That's how they get their energy.
So, overall, great installment. So unbelievable. Okay, the production value is 10 times better. I mean, Fast and Furious and Fast 5 were getting good production.
Yeah.
This one had that, it did have that Mission Impossible style,
It
like
totally felt that way.
composition, music-wise. Like, like it's a very serious scene. I mean, stunts galore, planes on fire. Whatever the budget was, there was no budget. Not for the characters in the movie, and
Yep.
also not for the actors acting in the movie.
Correct. Yeah. Brian took a private jet from London to LA to go get this
They got
Braga
PJ
character.
money. I'm like, it was only $10 million. I don't think you got all of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Tej's character was buying up all
Like
of the
10
old
different
school
expensive- yeah.
British cars that didn't have computers because
Yeah.
they had to escape that EMP sitch, right?
Yeah. I actually
So
forgot
there was
that's
just
why
a bunch
he
of
was
stuff
buying those
happening,
cars.
but they were
Yeah.
loaded. Okay,
They
there
were-
were the Rock spared no expense. Okay, to make sure that these street thieves
For this
were
chip.
able to
Which tell me
get
why DSS,
this-
what does that even stand for in this film series? I forgot.
I don't know.
Because like I thought he was like DEA special agents. DSS Fast and Furious. I'm gonna Google it. Because I don't understand why he's doing so much international crime syndicate stuff. And who's paying the bill for this?
I don't understand either.
Diplomatic Security Service. Bounty
Sure.
hunter.
The man's coming into every single country and kicking
And
the
has
shit out of people.
unfettered access to all of the country's resources. Unlimited budget from the United States for what? I don't know. But,
and diplomatic immunity. Like
and
he can
just
commit
give
any
it-
crimes he wants.
I mean, he might be the president's right-hand man at this point. He has so much power to just do whatever he wants. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I think Charlize Theron is in the next movie.
I feel like she's in the one after that.
She's in 8, not
Okay,
in
let me-
7.
let me
Are we
Google it.
sure that Jason Statham and Charlize are not in the same film?
I'm not sure because I don't remember any of the plot points. Let's see.
Either way, we've jumped the shark completely.
Completely.
right?
I mean, that's why I told you. I was like, at this point, they really just need to actually have them find a way to become superheroes. I feel like it just would have been more believable at this point. Like,
No, truly.
they need to do
Because-
a crossover. Okay, she's in the Fate of the Furious.
Okay, so that's
That's
8.
8. And the 11th one coming out.
Oh, okay.
And the
Great.
10th. Damn, she's really put
Spoiler
herself in
alert.
this franchise.
Well, Fast 5 to me, that's a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, this was Silly City and a little too serious. It was a little too heavy on the Dom Letty situation.
Yeah.
And the whole family ethos.
It's getting a little old.
That's getting a little cringe.
It's like, okay, so it's the stunt and the physical and the seriousness of Mission Impossible, right? Like,
Yes.
here, Ethan is out here really doing secret work to keep the world running. It's that level of seriousness, only it's Dominic Toretto, so it's a lot harder to buy.
like really
Like,
ridiculous.
it's really fucking ridiculous.
yeah, imagine Dominic Toretto in the Kremlin with a full
With
sheet.
Simon Pegg. Trying to to sneak
it
mouse
would be
around.
silly city. You'd be like, this is ridiculous.
There was one line where Sean says, "Oh, a DVD thief to international crime syndicate boss." He's like, "American dream, pretty cool, right?" Like, but yeah, it's like it's so. But that level of seriousness without any of the backings up of that to happen.
Yeah, we have no idea how he gained all of this worldly knowledge to make him as successful as a man who's able to go up against some of the most well-known, respected
can pay off the
criminals.
CIA, and he's brought down by Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
CIA, FBI, Interpol, everyone's in fucking Sean's pocket, but Dominic Toretto's got him, and Brian, like in his vans. Like, it's just so ridiculous, you know? Now, it's still a good time. It is absolutely, obviously, you are having to suspend belief and reality throughout the entire movie. But yeah, I liked it.
I think the other issue with this, and we may get into this, like, I don't know, maybe we can talk about it a little bit, but like, this is a franchise that started out about racing cars. You know, like the love of car racing and building cars and engines and stuff. And like, they're sprinkling it here and there, but they're really loading us so heavy on like the crime stopping factor that the car stuff is really falling a little bit to the wayside. Like, okay, I mean, I guess if they just need to drive, it's fulfilling that, but it's missing a little bit of the, what
the genesis and the original text of why we were here in these movies.
But the introduction of Shaw was interesting because of the unique car that he was rocking. And I think Charlize will have an interesting vehicle as well.
It will not be a Mini Cooper a la the Italian Job, I'm pretty sure.
Too deep cut.
Yeah.
So where would you rank this?
Okay. In terms of, again, it's like, what are we talking? In terms of which one I would be more likely to watch first, I'd probably say I'd rank this one honestly, it's very entertaining. It's a very long movie, but it's like, it's a nonstop action. I really like that. So I rewatch this one probably very regularly. So I'd probably rank it. Fast 5 is still number 1. I think Too Fast and Furious has such a good comedy element and still sticks to it. So that's probably still number 2, and this one's probably number 3. And then I do the fourth one, number 4, and then 1, and then Tokyo
3.
Drift. Tokyo Drift's always last for me.
Yeah, I'll agree with all of that.
Yeah.
I would say where you have it as 5, 2, and then 6, 4, 1, and 3.
Yeah. That's the way I'd rewatch them.
Yeah.
Well, not in that order, but like if I was like, oh, just pick a Fast and Furious movie, that's the way I'd pick them.
I think I'd still have to go back to 5. 5 is just such
so
a
good.
fun time.
It's so good, yeah. It's just right on the cusp. Of being completely unbelievable and losing the plot entirely.
Well, because, see, like, Fast 5 was the Mission Impossible entry of... Not the Mission Impossible, sorry. The Ocean's 11 entry.
Yes.
Of this franchise. This felt like the Mission Impossible
meets Avengers. Like, I mean, at least Ethan... limps away every once in a while,
Yeah.
No one in this movie, no one looks not hurt at all.
No. I mean, when Dom catches Letty, I think I had said, like, okay, yeah, his spine is exploded, his head's been lobbed off. Yeah. Like, just the sheer force of impact would have completely had his entire body be jelly.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way this man's surviving. Somehow, some way. Like, he definitely got that super serum. It's got to be the Nas.
Yeah, actually.
It's got to be the Nas.
We'll find out at the end of this series and when we drink it.
When we drink it and we're too able to fly out of cars. Anything else that stuck out to you about this movie in particular? I mean, we did note that this is the last film that Brian will fully be in. He did tragically pass away during filming.
He makes it all through all of 7. Well, he does pass away during filming, but then they use all the CGI and his brother to make it so that his character makes it.
His character lives, but the person does not.
Yeah,
through the filming.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I forget how they deal with the montaging. Kind of like how, when it opened up in this film, they had all the cool aura farming shots.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're going to do in the next one, but we'll see. I do feel like we need to watch that cutscene real quick and figure out what's going on.
It's 100% just Jason Statham show you. I'd be like, now it's time for revenge.
I do like.
I know,
Jason
100%.
Statham.
I love Statham.
I love Statham.
I mean, love is strong, but I would watch a Statham.
I would watch a Statham movie.
Oh, always. I know exactly what I'm getting before the movie's even released. It's action, baby. You know, like I want to see it. I want to see it.
I feel like if this franchise doesn't introduce vampires and werewolves by the time we get to 10,
No, seriously.
It's done something wrong.
I mean, we need to
'Cause
do
at this
secret
point-
underground Illuminati, like scientific testing. Like, no, straight up, they need to just cross train with the Avengers. They need to go to the campus, go find Tony Stark, put on an Iron Man suit, do something, you know, because you're pretty much already there. I'm surprised they haven't recruited them. Like, what are you doing? Why were they not in Civil War? Like, why? Like, that's who Captain America should have been reaching out to. Why did Tony Stark go to Spider-Man instead of Dominic Toretto? Like, that's much more age appropriate.
Probably would have actually stopped Cap if he had recruited.
Because he's got that jump punch for punch.
Oh my god, these freaking films.
So good.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the next movie, they go to Dubai, and I'm pretty sure that's the one, if I remember. They jump one car out of one building and landed into the next building over.
So it's hard to remember because Dubai is so also Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Now, I am realizing as we're watching this, as much as we don't want to see Hobbs and Shaw, we're going to need to understand how these two link up and become also a crime-fighting team, is what it seems like.
It's like Hobbs as a character is just so in love with finding other bald men.
Oh, yeah, right?
Bald
It's
adjacent
bald.
men that are also criminals. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how this man who supposedly hates criminals just finds his besties in them.
Yeah, I love that.
He's like,
Help if Idris is in it.
Of course it helps if Idris is in it. That does help. That helps a lot.
that helps so much.
Yeah.
I forgot that he was in that. But he was the best part in that movie.
You've seen Hobbs and Shaw?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. That'll be a new one for me. I
Okay,
don't like
well-
The Rock, so I don't get drawn to his movies.
I don't particularly like him
Yeah.
either, but you know what's interesting is that I actually do enjoy his like I don't enjoy him as a person. But
Yeah.
I do enjoy his films.
I've been really enjoying his character in this movie, you know? Like, I mean, I don't really like it that much, but every time he enters, it's like, that's badass. Like, that's badass. And it's actually probably part of the most believable part of the movie because Rock's so fucking huge that you're like, yeah, I can see him punching someone's neck off, you know? Yeah, that makes sense. So,
What it's like even in the oh my god, what is that ride at Disneyland that has it's like Jungle Cruise?
yeah.
I even enjoy watching him in that.
Oh, I didn't see that because I don't like The Rock. Isn't he also in Jumanji?
Yeah.
Also didn't see it.
Well,
because
Kevin
I
Hart's
don't
also
fucking
in
like
that.
The Rock.
But it's like that's like Kevin Hart and Jack Black and The Rock.
I
That's
think he's
too
also
much.
in Moana.
Okay, that's ridiculous because they just
Animated
came
and
out
live
with that.
action.
They just came out with the animated one. I don't need to watch a live action one.
I know.
That's ridiculous. Disney, you know what?
You
No.
give me Princess and the Frog right fucking now. Yeah. So overall, I liked it. I can't wait for the 8th one because, you know, I feel like, okay, so what I do like is that it does kind of remind me of Avengers, the film series in general, in that way that, like, every time they're bringing out their baddest bitches every movie, you know? You add The Rock. Now you're adding Statham. Then you're going to add Charlize. Idris is in one. And, like, they just keep adding the good characters. So it's kind of like Ragnarok when they have a Kate Blanchett as, you know, like how they do, like, you're just like, whoa, cool actor cameo, doing a cool role. So that's what I'm really liking about these movies. And so I'm excited because even though as they get more ridiculous, the budget gets better, we get better people. So I'm excited for a Statham film. Or, you know, I know he's going to add something good.
I'm excited as well.
All right.
So next time we meet, should we do 7?
We're either going to do 7 or we'll do a regular episode. Tune in for a surprise. So, because it depends on how interesting the week was, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I'm really enjoying watching these movies.
I know.
So,
me
and
too.
reviewing them and talking about them.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were watching it yesterday. I was typing notes and then you'd say something that I was like, I just wrote that. I just wrote that down. So, but I forgot my notes at home, so you guys
Yeah,
won't
there
want
were
to
so many moments where I was like, oh my God. And you're like, I literally was just thinking that.
Yeah.
And
So-
vice versa. It's so hard because like my notes are all over the place. I'm like, jumping out of cars is normal apparently. No broken bones or anything. And then I said 2 machine guns, 7,000 bullets, and only 1 person got hit. Dom's team sucks at hand-to-hand combat. Like, I'm like, what are these notes even telling me?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
just
It's like literally, guys. Okay, we all have money. We don't have to do anything with our time. I see the fucking muscles. I'm not seeing the training pay off. And we're getting some fucking jiu-jitsu classes. The next time Hobbs shows up and we have to do fucking crime, street crime, stuff, I better see some hand-to-hand combat skills. As a matter of fact, get some knife skills in there. Everyone learn how to shoot. Like, you guys need to be training for this lifestyle. You're not taking it seriously enough, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good reason why they couldn't be in the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they're enjoying the beach too much. And they're raising an actual family.
Knife them up. Mm-mm.
9 to 5 type shit. You need to be out there running, jumping, parkouring, learning flips and shit, okay?
Capoeira.
Yeah. Tai Chi. Keep you centered. But yeah.
So I feel like taking notes was actually distracting me, whereas with Fast Five, when we were just riffing, we got it.
We don't have to take notes. But I do sometimes forget the plots. But yes.
I know. But that's because it's like so long and so convoluted.
There's so many things happen.
I feel like it'll hopefully be a little bit clearer in the next 2-hour installment with Jason Statham.
No, it won't be.
Probably
I'm
not.
excited to talk about it anyways.
But is their mom Helen Mirren?
I think she is.
I think their mom is. So now we're getting Red.
Oh my God, I love Red. I just put that in the DVD player.
Yeah.
I love Red.
Oh my God, I think their mom is Helen Mirren.
It is.
The things I forget and then randomly remember.
That's so Raven.
Oh, that TikTok of like, everyone forgot about these films. And it's like, who forgot about these?
I think about those actually every single fucking day. What are you talking about?
I never forgot about Xenon Girl of the 21st
No, I told you, I think I watched that in January. Pretty sure I watched that on New Year's Day.
Zoom, zoom. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We're getting ever so much closer to drinking this. No.
A tiny sip. We're
This
not
isn't
drinking
even
the
a
whole
diet.
thing.
There's not even a diet version of this.
Why would you want diet poison?
Bro, there's 102% of your daily value of sugars in this.
What's this daily value sugar?
51 grams of added sugars.
Okay, how much is the total sugar?
Total carbs is 54 grams.
That's not that much.
Yeah, but 51 grams are coming from sugars, which is 102%, 20% carbs.
But how much of the sugar is the sugar ethanol?
Bro, there's got to be a diet version.
Well, we're not going to drink the whole thing.
That's
we're going to take a
true.
tiny amount.
But what if we get addicted to it? Just like we get addicted to the life.
I feel like just the look of it makes me want to vomit, so I don't think it's possible for me to get addicted. It's like that mind-taste connection will never go away. Like, can you imagine being in the car and opening this and drinking this on your way to like
no
the library or something?
I feel like it would taste. My mind tells me it would taste like gasoline.
My mind tells me that this would turn me into a criminal. I just feel like drinking this and driving and like it's just something about that would just change my brain to know that I'm just not going to be up to any good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so. I mean that can't.
There's no way that I went to the gas station and bought this and that was a good decision. You know what I mean? Like, things are going downhill when if I buy a NOS energy drink. So, but we'll let you know when we try it.
Reaching for the Red Bull, Monster, just Rockstar.
You know what? It's time for crime.
Nah, bro.
Time for crime. So yeah, okay, 4 more movies, guys, and we'll try it. Just we'll taste this. Anyways.
Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are having as much fun listening to us try to recap these ridiculous, convoluted, ridiculously overpowered movies.
Yep.
As we are watching them. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you all next week.
Stay pretty.
Stay prideful. Especially if you've got a code and your code is family.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what Jason Statham's entrance is like.
It's dope, I bet.
It's gotta be so
It's
good.
really cool. I can imagine it in my head even though we didn't see it.
Yeah, I feel like he's wearing like a
I feel like he's
a trench.
like something's blowing up behind him and he's wearing a full black suit and he goes, I'm coming for you, brother.
I think he's
Coming for
wearing
you,
the
Holmes.
London Peacoat.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something's happening in
Yeah.
the background. He just calls, oh, yeah, I'm coming. All right, we're going to find out. We're going to watch it
We'll
right
find
now.
out. Bye.
I don't fear no man, but I'ma still put 60 in this Drake. Set it off like Queen Latifah, nigga playing with my cake. Split the bag up with my brother, 50-50 what we make. I can't let no nigga eat that ain't contribute to this plate.